Hello and welcome to this fourth part of this video that we're working on this project. So in this fourth part, we're going to work on the second round of the gameplay because first round we finished working on everything though, so we don't have to worry about anything. So in this second round, we're going to work on our second round functions. So this second round, we have 6 levels of the gameplay. So right now, I just put level 1, level 2, level 3, level 3, level 4, then we have to type level 5, level 5, and functions. Then we also have level 6 in functions. So all these different levels are mainly focused on computer moves. So all these levels, they will only use one human move, which is human move 2, because we don't have to worry about different levels and how humans think. Human just makes the same move on all levels. But on different levels, the difference is the computer moves. So in level 1, computer move of level 1, level 2, level 3, they're all different. So we're only mainly focused on the intelligence of the computer. So let's just get started. So on this human move, we're going to create says second round human move. So we only have to ask. We only have two hands. We have the table and we have the player. So the deck is now finished. So we're going to start coding. So here in this human move, I'm going to say position equals to player 1 dot size. So we have to know the size of the cards that are inside the end of the unit. So then we print player. So print player 1 dot name. Then we also have to see his cards. So right now we're just coding through. Some changes will be done after. So if there are any changes, we'll do those changes after player. So those are his cards, player 1. So we print the name and the cards. So I also have to print the line. So move on, print player 1, player 1 dot name. Then we're going to ask the player to pick a card. Please, we're going to ask him by name. Please pick a card. Position between 0 and position. So we took position, so we want to know the last position for a card. Then we get player dot size from our method, then we put it here. So every time it updates, it will be automatically updated. So and then we say card equals to first we need an integer int, then input, then then take a pick. Please, depending on how you want to ask the player, it's up to you. It's up to you, depending on how you want to ask the player. Then we print line. Now we need to get that card player card equals to player one dot card, and then card position, then card. Okay, we are now getting the player. Then we also have to get the table card. I think I have to make it a little bit different. We get the player card that he just picked, and then we get the table card that is on top of the table. So we get the top card of the table. So we're going to compare these two. Print table dot name, table. So we're going to show those cards. Table, then print player one dot name, table player. So we're going to show the table cards and then the player card. The new one here, new one. And then so our code needs to make sure that the table is not empty, because we cannot just check, we cannot just compare the two cards. What if the table is empty? So we're going to say if that table dot is empty. So we need to check to make sure that the table is not empty. If player, so we're going to compare these two cards. If player card position -1, so we're checking the ranks of those cards. So the ranks, if the ranks are the same, then the player has to devour all the cards on the table. Player card -1, then print on first, print player one name. We have to type player played, player card. So telling the player that you play this card, and the card is the same as the card on top of the table. Now you have to devour all the cards. Player card, and it has same rank as table card, and will devour all cards. Now it tells you and will devour all the cards. Yeah. And then now that the cards are the same, so we're going to devour all the cards. So for I in range length of table dot cards. So we're going to devour all the cards in table dot. So after that, table is going to give all the cards that is table dot cards position 0. So all the time is giving card player 1 is card position 0 until all the cards are finished. So what if these two cards they're not alike, or they are not the same. So if they are not the same, then player has to throw the card on the table. So else, so if the two cards are not the same, the ranks of these two cards are not the same, then the player has to throw the card on the table. So else player one dot give player one cards and card from the pick. So we pick that card, then we're going to throw it on the table. Yes, that's how we're going to play. And then let's say if the table is empty, then we cannot enter into this. But let's say the table is empty, then we just have to throw the card on the table. So player one dot give player one dot card because table is not empty. So now that we're done, we're going to print table dot name table dot name table. So because we have to make sure and we have to check after playing the cards, we have to see if it works. Print player name table player one. So then put a new line here. Oh, so I think something is wrong because my Visual Studio is reporting, so I have to fix that right here. The comma. Now, we're going to return. I don't even know. Return table. I don't even know why I'm going to return table, but this depends on how you want to do it. So now we have human move. We take the table, then player one. Sorry, player one makes his move, and then after that it's done. So now our player one human move is now finished. So this is the human move we're going to be using all throughout our second round of the game. So we're not going to create another human move, but we're only going to focus on computer moves. So now our human move is done. Now let's go on to level one computer move. So I was thinking on different levels how I want my computer to play on different levels, because we're going to start on easy level, and the higher it goes, the harder the game is going to be. So level one, I just made it easier. So on level one gameplay, computer turn here, computer turn to move, computer only picks a card at position 0. So that is the level one of the game. Computer picks a card at position 0. So let's create our level one gameplay here. Level one gameplay involves everyone. So table player one, player two, player three, player. So it's level one gameplay. So we're going to say, so before we go on to level one gameplay, we have to create our computer turn. So we're going to we need to create our computer turn in a way that make it easier. So our computer turn, first we're going to print table dot name table dot name table, and we're going to print player two dot name player 2, showing his card. And then you also have to print line, and then table card equals to table dot card. So we have to take the card on top of the table first, just like in our human move. And then the computer has to pick a card. And then player card equals to player 2 dot card position card. That's it. So if not table dot use empty, just like in our human move, we have to enter. We have to first check if our table is empty, and if player card position -1. So it depends on how you compare your own ranks. So this is how I'm going to compare my own ranks, because my ranks are written at position -1 of my cards. So card position -1, close, then print on player min played. Oh, sorry, played. I'm sure I'm going to make mistakes in my code, so those mistakes are great. And then we're going to play a card. We're going to fix them as we go, and it has same rank as table card. Yes, and we are all. Yes. So that's it. So let's say the computer picks a card as we saw card at position 0, just like we initialized our card to be position 0, and then make checks and sees that the card on the table and the card that is played by the computer are the same, then you have to devour all the cards. So for I in range length of table dot cards, then we're going to devour, then the table is going to give all the cards table dot cards 0 to player 2, and then to player 2, and then our player 2, and then our computer. Then we have to make sure that after the computer does that, we have to like pause it, because we want to check every time. Press enter to continue. We want to pause it because we want to play after the computer devours all the cards. We have to pause it. So we're going to type input, press enter to continue. Then let's say if the cards are not the same, then computer has to throw the card on the table. Player 2 dot if player 2 dot cards position card, just like we created our class, and if the table is not empty, then still the player is to throw the card on the table. Give player 2 dot cards, card table. So that's it for our computer turn on round one. So this is kind of easy to create on round one. It's kind of easy. It's really easy to create on round one. And after that, we're going to print. We need to check and see. We have to see the calls after play. Table.name. T table table into print player 2 dots name table player 2. Now I think that's it. I think there's an error somewhere because something's wrong out right there. Visual Studio actually speaks, kind of tells you that. Excuse me, sir, you have an error. Like, goes one to space our output so that we can clearly see what's going on as clearly as possible. So now we've created our computer train. Now we're going to create our game level 1 gameplay. So this is how the computer is going to play. While table.size is not table.size is not equals to. So the game will only end if table is all the cards, like 50, all the cards, 52 cards inside each. So all the cards, if they enter all the cards, then the game is over. So game is over. So if not player one dot is empty, because we are checking to make sure that all the players they have cards inside them, so we can only call these functions if they are not empty. Human 2, we're going to call our human move 2 function only if our player 1 is not empty. So if it has cards, then we call table, then player 1, and we call our function. And then we also call function on player 2, player 3, and then player 4. Player 2 dot is empty, and computer turn on, and then table player 2. Then we go on to if not player 3 dot is empty, then computer turn. We're calling these functions on these computers. Computer and table player 3. And if not player 4 dot is empty, and computer turn on, then table player 4. So that's it for our level 1 gameplay. So all we have to do is call this function. So we are going to paste this code. So So now we finished our level 1 gameplay. So we have to check. So in order for us to check, we have to go to our round 1 module, and we're going to test round 2. So in our round 1 module, here we're going to call level round 2 module. So, and then we're going to say, I'm going to import it. Where did I import modules from our previous game? Instructions. Says import bundle. Instructions. Okay. If there's a little change that I have to do on round 1, this is round 1. Pick a card level 1. Create players. All player that I created. So it goes on and on and on. So right now, make it a little different because now we're finished with round 1. So here on human move, let's make sure that human move picks a card at the position 0. So that here, let me just comment that, and then pick a card at position 0 so that we want to rush to the end so that we can test our level 1 gameplay. So no input. Yes. Okay. So here, by the way, there's a function that asks for display create players. From class module import hand deck. Imports everything is fine. Game level. Yes. Return level. Okay, let's call that function. Level. Yes. If level equals to 1, I want to make sure that is it an integer or string. Is it an integer or string? Game level equals, oh, it's an integer, so we say if level equals to 1, then we call level 1. Then we pass table player 1, player 2, player 3, then player 4. Yes. So if level 1 equals to 1, then we call this a module and then pass it. Then let's run it. It's going to crash just like it did last time. Level 1, into name. So it's going to play on its own, rushes to the end of the game. Yes, after throwing down card. So name level is not defined. This module is not defined. So we have to call this round 2 module. So we have to import it first. So yeah, we're going to import it here, but you can import it anyway before from round 2 import level level 1. So that's it. But in order for our very well, we have to have this level 2 round 2 module inside the same folder as this round 1 module. So in order for me to do that, I have to check round 2 module folder is this one which I was working on with territory. And then I'm going to copy this and then go in round 1 module, then I'm going to paste it. This is the code we want, then we can run our code. So if we edit anything inside round 2, we just have to copy it again and then replace it. So let's run our code now. Oh, was I on the correct? Was I on the right? Oh, it's kind of taking so long to launch. Okay, go into the folder, then we run it. Run it, number 1, and load goes on to some picking cards. Okay. Now it says same picked 8 it before throwing down cards. After throwing down card, then Edward, please pick a card position between 0 and 6. Seems as if I only have 6 cards. But we also need to make sure that we see how many cards we have. Okay, here we have to put our code right there, cards, and then we paste it right here. Yeah, right there. Now let's run it again. So this time I hope it's going to work. Level 1. Place. This time we are not picking any card. So now Edward has 3 cards, Nelson has 19 cards, David has 23 cards, Sam has 5 cards. So these are the cards right in my hand. So I'm going to play card number 2. Card 2S, 2 of spades, position 0. Oh, method object is not subscribable. Oh, round 2. Oh, put the wrong. I think that's going to work. Let's go back and then we run it again. Oh, this testing kind of takes a long time to make sure that our code is working perfectly. So testing my round 1 game. Okay, these are my cards. Yes. Oh, something happened again. Oh, it's not defined. Table. I don't even know how I typed that. For I in range table.cards. We fix all the mistakes that we did. Then we save. We go back and then we run it again. On. And we run Edward. Then goes on and on and on until the end. So I'm trying to fix your bugs is a problem. Position 0, I pick a card. David played AD and it has same rank as 3 of diamonds. So here David table, I played a card. Then David here has there's a table. Then David played eight diamonds, and there's a 3 of diamonds on top of the card. Then he has to devour all, press enter, and you see David here. David has devoured all the cards on the table. So our level 1 gameplay seems to be working quite well. Pick a card at position 0. One devours. Let's see now the table. Since I did something's missing. I have to see the table first before I play my card. Because right here it's only printing my cards. It's not printing. Fix this. I have to fix this. Computer move, human move. I have to fix my human move. Card equals input. Oh, here. Print player. So here I have to ask after table cards print. Oh, I have to show this before cards. Show this right here. Player name. I have to print this right there. Oh, sorry. Paste. So print player 1, and then player 2 cards. Then I also have to print table. Table dot name. Table. That's it. So let's run the game, and we have to save it. Then we go back to round 1 and play it. Yes, level 1. Goes on to the second round of the game. Then we have to pick a card, position 2. I'm picking Queen of Clubs. So this position thing, just my way of, just how I created it. So now we are seeing table is now displaying the cards. Now my cards are these ones. So right now I'm going to play and make sure that I don't play 7 of it. So I just want to devour all these cards. So 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is it. So I'm going to play position 3. Oh. Let's see, did it devour all the cards? Yes, it did. So I played a Ace of Hearts, then it has same rank as 7 of Hearts and to devour. So it seems as if I devoured all the cards. So it keeps on playing. I just play. So it will keep on playing until all the cards are finished. So the first one to finish all the cards in the end is the winner. So 0. I keep on playing. 0. Yes, I'm going to play position 1 because if I play position 0, it is the same rank. I don't want to devour all the cards. Nelson played a blunder, Sam played a blunder. Just play position 0, position 0, position 0, position 0, position 1. Oh, Nelson played something and then wow. Position 0. Devour all the cards. Play an enter, pick a position 0. So this game is quite fun. Position 0. Position 0. position. Oh, David played some card. I'm going to play position 0, and my cards keep on deducting. It's only troublesome if the last card in hand is the same as the card on top of the table. That's when you have a problem. Position 0. Oh, as you can see, this is the only card that I have. Then I played, then I did. Now I have 2 cards. Now I have to play those 2 cards. 0. And I win. So now I'm empty. So it won't even ask me again because now my cards are empty. So that is what I was going to check. So it will keep on playing until all the cards are finished, until the game is over. So now we are going to move on to level 2. So we're going to code level 2. So level 1 is now finished. Now I'm moving on to level 2. So in our level 2 functions. So define level 2 table player 2 player 4. So our level 2 function, our computer is going to move computer turn. Close this. It's because we're in there. So our level 2 gameplay is going to be a little different from our level 1 gameplay because computer turn to move, computer picks a card at random from hand. At our level 1, picks a card at position 0. It makes it easier for us to win. But this time it picks a card at random. If card is the same as the top table card, then player picks card at position 0. So if he picks a card at position at random and then he finds out the card I picked at random is the same as the card on top of the table, then he has to pick the card at position 0. So that's the computer move of second round. So we're kind of giving him a chance to win this game because we're just giving him a little bit of a chance for him to win this game. So we're going to say import random, then table card equals to table dot card, just like we did in our previous. That would be the same. Then found equals to false. That would be the same, but with a little bit of differences. Found card equals to 0. Then player card equals to card pose card position, then card. So this if player 2 dot size is greater than or equals to 2, then because we have to make sure that random dot round range 0 to player. So you have to make sure you can only pick a card at random if it's more than 1. You cannot pick a card at random if it's less than 2. Player 0 player 2 dot size. So that is our condition -1. That's 1. these kind of things, those are what makes me end up creating mistakes. Yeah, card equals to player 2 dot card position card. I'll make the same mistake. Card is player 2 where card equals to player 2 dot card position card. This random. Actually, we initialize this player card equals to player 2 dot card, and then we placed it position 0 because this is like a default. It's like a default. If player 2 size is not equal, then it's going to play this one. But if it's not, then it's going to pick a card at random. Then I'm going to play. Then if not, table dot is empty. We have to check. And if player card position 0 position -1 equals to player table, sorry, table card at position -1, then player card equals to player 2 dot card pose 0, just like we said. So we pick the card at random, and so it will only enter this if so our card is 0, then we give it a card position 0. If our player card is more than 2, then it's greater than or equal to 2, then we can pick a card at random between the two cards. If it's not, if the card is the same, then we have to check card, then we have to pick a card at position 0. So now we don't care if it's the same or not. Then print table.name table print player 2.name player 2. Now that we have picked a card, then we're going to say if not table dot is empty, then we are going to draw the card. If player card, then we're going to draw the card. But if the card is the same, then you have to devour all the cards. Card equals to table card -1, then print align player 2 name weight player card, and it has same rank as table card. and we'll devour all. Then we are going to devour all the cards. Then for I in range length of, for I in range length of table dot cards, length of table dot cards, table dot eve, table dot cards, position 0 to player 2. Then we also have to pause, make sure, and see. Please enter. Please press enter to continue. Else, some of the things are kind of the same as the thing that we did before. Give player 2 dot cards, related dot cards, and card table, just like that. Card and else player 2 dot give player 2 dot cards card table, and save it. So there's something that I just had to check. So this else has to be outside. Oh, there it is. Yep. There's something that I have to check on. So here, card 0, then player card equals to player 2 dot card position card, which is 0. Then we make card at random, then player 2 equals player 2 dot card position card. If not player 2, if player card and equals to player card, then player card equals to player 2 dot card position 0. And we also have to update this here after. Then card equals to 0. Now it's updated. Because you pick a card at random, it's the same, then we have to pick a card. Then you have to re-initialize it back to this one. This is just how I do things, guys, for now. So if there are any improvements that I have to do, you have to check them later. Now I'm going to print table.name, then table and table. Print clear table name to player 2. Okay. Here, okay. Line. So now our computer move is finished. Now we go on to level 2. Level 2 function. Now we're going to code it. So we're going to call those functions. Level 2 function. Now let's say while table dot size is not equals to 52, just like the one that this is just like level 1 function, but a little bit different. If not player1 and player1 dot is empty, then remember human move is the same. Move 2 and then table player 1. So then this time if not player 2 dot is empty, then player and level 2 or computer term 2. This time I'm using computer term to table player 2. Then if not player 3 dot is empty and computer move 2 table and player 3, and if not player 4 dot is empty and computer turn 2 table 4. I think that's it. I need to save it. Now we are going to call on level 2, then a leaf, and if level equals to 2, so our level 1 is now perfect. Level 2 table player 2 player 3 player 4. So our level 1 is perfect. Now we're going to test our level 2. Let me just say else print, just put it on as a placeholder. Level 2 is 5, and you run it. I'm going to test it. Level 2. Oh, yes. 2. Okay. Okay. After throwing down code, something's not right here. Then defined. Oh, I didn't import it here. I have to import it level 2. Now we can run our code. So you see, guys, as you code, you make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes. Level 2. Now these mistakes are kind of costing me a lot of time. Okay, that's working perfectly. Level 2. Okay, pick a card at 0. Okay, what is it now? What is it now? Name computer move 2 is not defined. Oh, oh, say computer move, computer turn, 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 to turn, and you see it. I'm going to cancel this, so everything works perfectly. But L2. Okay, position 0. Okay, seems it's working quite well. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Nelson picks a card, but we have to make sure that our random card that we pick is to check also that, oh, this is the card you picked at first after checking. So I'm going to do a little bit of change here. So here picks a card at random, then their card equals to, then we're going to print here. See, print okay, clear, 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 2 dots name, picked, clear, card. So we want to see the card, and then if not, if we're in card, then and this time we're going to say print, oh, print clear, 2 dots name, picked, clear, card, clear card instead, clear card instead. Instead. So that's it. We're going to save this one. Then we're going to run because we want to check which card is our computer picking so that we know that our function is working well. As it first picks a card at random, then if the cards are the same, picks a card at position 0. So let's see. Let's see here. First of all, Nelson picked Queen of Hearts. Okay. Here Nelson picked Queen of Hearts, right? Which means he picked that card at random. But instead, the card is the same, and then he picks 10 of clubs. See? Also, instead, he picked Queen of Hearts. Oh, sorry. He did pick Queen of Hearts and then he threw it on the table. So that's the card he picked at random. Then David picks a card at random. Seven of Spades. Sam picks a card at random. Jack of Clubs. Picks a card at random. Jack of Clubs. This one. Then I pick again. Oh, here. Yeah. Now this is what we want. Sam picked 2 of Spades. Sam picked 2 of Spades. Now he picked where is the 2 of Spades? 2 of Spades. here. You pick 2 of spades at random. Now the problem is 2 of spades and 3 of spades are the same, so you changed and then picked 2 of clubs, which is position 0. And then let's see if he played. Oh, he played that card, so which means our level 2 function is working quite well. So let's continue playing. Okay, let's continue playing. Position 0. And we're going to play until the game is over. 0. Keep on playing. 1. Position 1. Oh, David played Ace of Spades, and it is same rank as Queen of Spades, and we devour all. Oh, it was the only card he had in hand, so he threw it all. Good luck for him. Too bad for him. Position 0. Position 0. I'm going to play 3 of clubs. I'm going to play 1 of clubs. I'm going to play top card. Should be the same. I'm going to play position 0. Position 0. Position 0. Position 0. Oh, position 1. Oh, David played. So David picked 10 of clubs at random. Oh, and then he picks again 10 of clubs. The problem is the card he picked at random was position 0. Not too bad for him. Position 0. Position 1. I don't want to know because of all these cards. I want to finish this game as soon as possible. Position 0. Position 0. Position 0. Oh, now I'm in trouble. Oh, as you can see, I played the card. It was the only card in hand, so I had no choice. Position 0. Position 0. Position 1. Position 0. Position 0. Position 1. Position 1. Position 0. Position 0. Now I win. After playing that, I win. So the game is going to keep on playing until all the cards are empty. Then press N key to end to continue. So all the cards have been played and then they're finished. So that's it for our level 2 gameplay. So moving on, we're going to move on to level 3